Hey everyone, this is my Patreon proud reaction to the first episode of Nisemonogatari. Now we're obviously continuing on from the end of Bakemonogatari and moving on to the next step in the anime. And since this is kind of a new thing, I do want to reiterate some stuff I said back in the first episode of Bakemonogatari. Now this is a semi-blind reaction, which means that I have seen this show before, but it's been a while. And as a result, there'll be some things I remember, some things I forget, but it should still be a fun ride for anyone that wants to participate in it, regardless, because it's a fun anime. So just want to make sure that was clear from the get-go. Also, my format of doing things, I did not show the full anime footage and audio from the anime in the reaction video for copyright infringement prevention reasons. I show you the subtitles down here and a little timer over there so you can grab your own copy of the show and sync it together with my reaction. That's kind of how I envision people doing things. So, with all that housekeeping out of the way, it's time to... Well, I do want to say a little bit more before I get into it. Now, Nisemonogatari has always kind of been one of my favorite parts of the Monogatari anime. Like, I remember really liking it back when I first watched it. It was, it was interesting. Introduced at least one new character that I remember, and more importantly, it got us some more into the sisters that we had heard so much about, that had some influence on Araragi, but never really got much into them, and this is the one where we actually get to learn a bit more about them, the Fire Sisters, and what they do, and all that. And they're pretty interesting characters, Kaden especially. You know, she's pretty athletic, if I remember correctly. And we also get a little bit of Shinobu in this season as well. I remember a certain episode in particular. So that's a lot to look forward to. So let's get into it and see how all that goes. 3, 2, 1, play. Starting with breaking out. Oh, this isn't my bed. It's okay. You're in more trouble than I am. It seems like I've been kidnapped. I guess sort of thing just happens sometimes. Oh, I doubt you have a calendar that you can look at, so confusion's understandable. This is the sort of a horror anime, not a... So I take it you're the one that kidnapped me? Well, thank you for your concern, I guess, question mark. So, why did you kidnap me? Well, negotiations are kind of broken down there. You suspected your girlfriend kidnapped you? Well, a fair point. But I guess she's into this sort of thing. Can't say I'm too surprised. Antidote, you poisoned him? That's a little bit much. Okay, I should hope so. You are a scary girlfriend, you know that, Senju. But they might be able to if you anger them enough. Not much of a prideful moment. Well, yes, I understand the saying. Yeah, by kidnapping. Yeah, want to go somewhere that's not here together? Well, at least you're willing to feed me, I guess. Is it glowing? Almost there. Not quite. Well, yes. That's the idea. But I wanted to drink. Okay, that's fine. I didn't need water anyway. Well, it doesn't help me. Well, you kind of implied it with the actions. Well, I wouldn't say I thought that, but I would say I always hoped it. If only Kanbaru was in this scene. Did that happen? Well, he's currently handcuffed and kidnapped by his girlfriend, so... Well, no, we wouldn't have much of a show. Okay, so we've made progress. It's not really. Kind of like a cute nickname. That's not my mouth. It's like a vampire giving blood, kind of. Which might be intentional. Well then, if you insist, well, I don't know how much a drop's gonna help with that. Well, that can be taken out of context. I don't know. Plenty of normal people would value water quite a bit if they didn't have it. But that's true as well, yeah. Well, that would be a good conversation starter with friends, I guess. Is that going to be easier to get than the water? Anything that's not poison will be fine. Well... Wow, really? Well, you don't know how she was raised? Ow! It's a very weird way to start the new season. I guess I look forward to that. Yeah, I still don't quite get why she's doing any of this, but... Oh yeah, she did say that, so I guess you're in danger for some reason? I don't know. Nothing's happened yet in this series besides the kidnapping in this season. That's a good question. Is he already wearing a diaper? Yeah, but, I mean... Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, she can be a little bit scary at times. Like now. Like, definitely now. Okay. This is what you signed up for, Araragi, so hope you made the right decision. You know, I thought this season was about Karen and the other one. I remember her name. Give me a second. Tsukihi, yeah. It's about those two, but they haven't showed up yet, so maybe later. I guess before that, we gotta show how much Sanjukahara loves Araragi, which seems to be quite a bit. Senji's willing to kidnap him, lock him up, change his diaper, feed him. I mean, there are worse fates, I guess. I mean, there's a lot of letters in this opening. Nisemonogatari. Karen V Part 1. So now we're gonna get into some Karen stuff. Okay, is this before we got kidnapped, I assume? She's pretty smart. Flashback, okay, that confirms that. Exactly 2 days, okay. I'll remember that. Well, and there's our sister, that wasn't Karen. That's Ski, but I'll take what I can get. This is an amazing house. Yeah, the big little sister. Oh. What you doing? Like I trust that. You're always up to something. It's because you act like it. Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah, that's definitely true. Well, everything you say is literally words. That's a bad counter-argument. Ooh. Well, she just needs her nap. Yes, leave middle schoolers alone. They'll just get you into trouble. So, you're saying she's out to do a fight? Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah, you use your feet. Well, we know how you fight, Araragi. You just almost die. That's how you fight. Okay. There's the middle sister. We're not getting anywhere with this, are we? Yeah, that's not asking a lot. Ooh. Oh, that was gonna dodge it. No, he caught it like a boss. Oh. I need it. I need it. Oof. Ow. Well. Of course, this reminds him of Nadeko. Yeah, this is a good chance. Let's, calm down. I just want to chat. Don't freak out. Yeah, I got literally nothing better to do, so you want to hang out? It's like, no, it's a good day, it's a good day, I'll do it. Nadeko needs more screen time. There's never a dull moment with her on screen. I mean, that's true of most of the characters, but still. Okay. Oh? You just decided that she's coming too? Yeah, I wouldn't go there by myself. Who knows what rumors would spread? I guarantee you that's what she's thinking. You're wrong, Araragi. She wants alone time with you. Yeah, you should not interfere with that. That is not what she said at all. Yeah? I mean, yeah, I guess that's that. Yeah? That shaft head tilt. I don't know, maybe it has to do with the vampire stuff? Yeah, I couldn't beat my little sister in combat, don't be silly. What are you doing, Ski? Well then, what are you complaining about? Whew. Yeah, how dare you grow up? Yeah, he never told them about that. Yeah, that would be not worth the risk. Very understandable. Hachikuji! Okay, how are we gonna greet her this time? It's always something. That's definitely a concerning look. Might want to start running now, Hachikuji. Just, well, that's not true. That's also not true. Just got a full-on stretch for this. Are you gonna be running a marathon here, Adaragi? Yeah, because you've done the good job of maintaining appearances with your interactions with her in the past, so why would this be any different? Okay, here we go. All that prep. Oh. I was gonna do a suplex for a second. Oh. This is certainly one way to say hello. Wow, I didn't know you wore more lipstick, Adaragi. Okay, yeah, we may have crossed a line there at some point. Okay, well that was a line. Well, I think this is a reasonable response to your actions, Adaragi. That would be unarguably Sekuhara, so... And now she realizes who it is. Yomiko? What? Oh, Koyomi, okay. Thank you for that. Wow, that's a lot of signs. What exactly is that sign trying to tell us? uh, boys prohibited. How unfortunate. These signs are so distracting, I can't read the subs. Alleged. Why wouldn't he? With so many signs. Yes, we're gonna have fun. It's gonna be great. You always look unhappy. That would be awkward. I love the interactions. It's all about that money. I've seen that screenshot about Hachikuji so much. What is love? Wow, I didn't know that was available at such a low price. Oh? Hopefully a fun one. Nice and sexy, okay. Yeah, you can tell her anything. She's a ghost. Yeah, I was actually about to say it's not a bad name, but not accurate. No, you didn't. Only if it's half priced. I would imagine. Unless I see you regenerate, I don't see how you couldn't hide it. Yeah, that's pretty normal. Like, you know, the secret of you watching anime, for instance. Okay. Didn't know I was on trial. Yes, you are, but you did a good job of it. It's a magical word, I guess. I will take notes of that. Well, she's about to change your mind. The courage to tell a lie. Phrasing, Madaragi. Okay. Oh no. The worst enemy of anyone wearing a skirt. Just gotta let the increased wind there to really drive the point home. Warm-ups. I mean, you would definitely need courage to lie to Sendagahara. That's the idea. Okay, that one's a bit more of a stretch. I suppose. Okay, how are you gonna justify that one? What greater goal would that possibly benefit? Oh no, how fitting for this situation. I wish it was. In truth, Japanese is very muzukashi. And here we go, his legendary handstand. Well, I wonder how long you can hold it. It's not like anybody else is here to watch this. Wants to show off those abs. I would if I had those. Well, I guess that's as good a reason as any to continue the handstand. You say that as if you just realized that. We're already making use of it. I'm definitely gonna take notes now. Oh no, my technique was used against me. What a development. That was your mistake. Bakemonogatari. Is that what she was wearing? Well, if you insist. Well, I appreciate that, I guess. Bunny. Well, because it was so dark under there. Well, at least she cooperates. Well, I didn't get to say anything, but I'll take your word for it. But yeah. Walk a little bit, stop. Walk a little bit, stop. True enough. But why are you hanging out on the roof, though? That's my big question. Recreational activities are forbidden? That's a bit harsh. That's kind of your thing, so... I've watched that one Courage Attila live video on YouTube so many times that some of these lines just sound very familiar. Yeah, I'd rather not lose you too. Let's not lose any more characters if we can avoid it. But yeah, we're not gonna have time to go to Naruto's house at this rate, unfortunately. Might have to say that for next episode. Yes, you will. Yeah, nobody else is gonna steal my thunder. I will save you. No one else. A little blush going on there. There probably is. At least wait until the show is completely over before you leave, if you don't mind. Yeah, I still haven't recovered from Moshino leaving. Yeah, you don't want to have Araragi mad at you. Okay, this is interesting, ED. Yeah, it was definitely a fun episode. For an episode called Kaden B Part 1, there wasn't a lot of Kaden, but aside from that, yeah, it was a good episode. Obviously, I love the Hachikuji stuff. Just kind of funny we got more, Skihi than we did Kaden. I'm pretty sure I said it was the Kaden arc first, but I don't know. But yeah, I do love Monogatari quite a bit. Nanako! I will listen to the preview then if it's you. Okay? I couldn't tell you. Wow, that was cute. Yeah, it is a Kaden B arc. Because it was, but I liked it anyway. But that was nice. But anyway, that was the first episode of Nisemonogatari. And this episode, well, we started off with Araragi being kidnapped, which is a little bit weird. I mean, it's not super shocking that Senjukahara would do something like that to him, but, we didn't really get too much as far as answers to that. I mean, all she really said was, to protect him. That's all she really said, but I don't know what specifically we're protecting him from. We didn't see anything in the episode that would have showed any sort of danger for Araragi, so I have no idea what she's protecting him from right now. But I guess we'll get up to that because we're still in flashback mode, I think. So I think we're going to eventually build up to that kidnapping scenario. So we'll find out eventually what the issue is. But yeah, I guess it's kind of cute that Senjukahara's worried about Araragi, even though she kind of takes it a bit far with her methods of protecting him, kidnapping him, chaining him up in the cram school, bringing him food and diaper and all that. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in there for sure. But it was still a fun scene, I guess. Araragi's he's very chill. He really takes a lot of these crazy things in stride, so it's not really gonna get to him. And he chose Senjukahara, so I already told you she kind of had yandere tendencies, but I think it's not a good deal of that here. A good deal of that here. So anyway, that was that. That was a fun little scene. Just Senjukahara teasing him because, of course, she does with the water and all that. That was a fun scene, of course. And then we actually got to see some stuff in Araragi's home. We actually got to see him interact with one of his sisters, Skihi, which she's not Kanen, so it's not really her arc yet, but still, she's there to talk to, and Kanen's not, so that's who we ended up talking to. And what did we really talk about in that segment? Not a lot. I mean, he asked about where Kanen was, like, hey, where's the big little sister? Which sounds weirder in English than it does Japanese, because the Japanese word for little sister is just imoto, which doesn't have the word little in it at all. It's just, you know, it just means younger sister. So it's one of those things that just sounds weirder in English, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, the only real answer Tsukiji gave to that was like, yeah, you shouldn't mess with middle schoolers in their fights and don't interfere and all that. So clearly Kanen has some sort of thing going on with herself that she's dealing with that Tsukiji, I guess, doesn't want Araragi to involve himself with. I guess that's all we really got from that for the most part. And I like how she was always just kind of like laying down in silly positions during like most of that conversation. It was pretty funny. She never actually stood up properly to talk to him. But, you know, if that's how she wants to go about it, that's fine. See, the scene where she went to go grab the remote and fell was pretty funny. Just gotta be careful. I want to watch that part again real quick. Yeah, she just reaches for it, and boof, just falls and shows the world her pantsu. Which is funny because later on, Hachikuji, who deliberately tried to show them, and yet they didn't show the audience that at all. I don't know why. I don't know why we got to see Tsukihi's pantsu and not Hachikuji's. I don't really quite get the reasoning behind that. But it's how it worked out, I guess. But the show just has a lot of weirdness to it like that. But yeah, this is also when she started to think about Sengoku. And he figured, hey, I got nothing better to do. Plans with Hanakawa kind of fell through the roof. I'm bored now. She wants me to come over to her place, so how about I just do that? Yeah, she looked really cute during that little flashback where she invited him over. And then he calls her, and then she's, of course, extremely flustered, like, oh, Oni-chan, you're coming, you want to come over? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm totally free today. In fact, this is the only day I'm free, so you have to come today specifically. No other day will work out, okay, now. So that was a very amusing reaction from her. And he was going to bring Tsukihi with him, which I understand why he would do that, because I understand where he's coming from. Because he doesn't quite realize Nadeko has romantic feelings for him at this point. Even, you know, Tsukihi tried to make that pretty clear here. Even mentioned the love aspect, but she used the word koi, which can mean other things besides love, and he took it in a different way. Like, you know, koi, as opposed to, you know, koi, I love, and all that, so Araragi just not quite getting it at all. But, you know, maybe someday. Maybe someday. Tsukihi knows, of course. I think there's a little bit of drama about that later on in the show. But, yeah, Araragi doesn't really know at all. So he's just on his way over to hang out with her, and then what does he run into? Who does he run into on the way over there? No one else but Hachikuji. And of course, he can't just walk up to her and say, hey, yo, Hachikuji, what's up? You know, like a normal human being. He's gotta be as crazy as possible, and he's just so lucky there's nobody else in the city to see him do these things, because he'd probably get, you know, the police called on him, or something of that nature. So he's kind of lucky in that regard. But I do feel like it's kind of escalating each time he meets Hachikuji, just trying to get as crazy as he can get. Like, he did a bunch of stretches just to make sure he was in top physical condition to say hello, basically. And she's like climbs on top of a pole like a cat or something. It was pretty funny. And yeah, they just had the usual really fun interactions there. She mispronounces his name, as she always does. And he actually also kind of confides in her about the vampire thing, and she gives some advice on that. You know, basically it comes down to the courage to tell a lie. And you might think, you know, that it might be better to tell them, but sometimes it's not better, depending on the circumstances. I mean, superheroes will often keep their secret identity from their family members as well, and it's kind of a similar sort of thing there. So yeah, I definitely get where she's coming from with that suggestion. And the word courage is apparently pretty magical, because it can make otherwise bad things sound like you're doing it for a noble cause. Of course, some of those were kind of a stretch, especially the one lazy one, but yeah, it definitely makes it sound better. I wouldn't say if it always makes it sound like a good thing, but definitely makes it sound better than without the word. So I guess it's a net positive overall. Okay. So that was a fun little scene. We got our handstands, and Hachikuji did not do a handstand, but she still showed him her Ponsu anyway, so we still got the end result that Aragi was looking for, so I guess that kind of worked out for him, not the audience. We didn't get to see anything. We just saw a pie fly into his face, which, you know, that joke is not going to translate at all into English, but, you know. But anyway, he got to see what he wanted to see there, so lucky for him. But this episode also brought up an interesting thing about his powers and how concerned he is about them. Because Ski commented on, hey, you know, you never really fight with us very seriously anymore. What's up with that? I mean, it's convenient for us, sure, but I still don't really get it. Like, it's confusing. Why? Are you growing up without us? But we got our answer here. It's because he's afraid to, like, get into a serious fight with them. Because he doesn't know what he's capable of. What if he kills them? They can't regenerate like he can, so it definitely is a concern to be... It's definitely a worthwhile concern, so I definitely get it. So, yeah, it's just... I don't know. But they're still gonna wonder what's going on until he gives them some kind of explanation, so I don't know. I don't know how he'll handle that, but it's definitely a bad situation to be in. But not as bad as actually being a full-fledged vampire, because that would have been really bad, because that would have a lot of inconveniences if he wants to live a normal life. Because at that point, he was extremely powerful. Like, he could easily kill them with, like, in a second, in an accident, in an instant, like, accidentally kill them back when he had the full-on power. So, definitely a good thing he no longer has that. Let's see, is there anything else to say about the episode? I think I covered most of it. Next episode, we should begin our Nanako playing scene, because the preview was Nanako talking about it, so we're going to get our game of Twister, which that's always a fun game, depending on who you play with. Twister is one of those games where it's highly dependent on who you're playing with, the level of fun it is, because, you know, the more cute girls you play with, the better it is, as a general rule, in my opinion. Some people might have different opinions on that, but that's my idea. But yeah, Nanako, I'm sure, is very excited about that. Yeah, it was a good episode. I think the Hachikuji stuff was probably the highlight, as it usually is. Although the Senjukahara and Skihi stuff were both good as well. And it's just an overall great episode of a great series. So I look forward to continuing and seeing how things go. So there you go. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.